Hello everyone. Hi, my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And so I'm on here because I want to talk about the SWOT analysis. Hello everyone. I guess the video is now catching up with me. But my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And so I'm coming on to talk about a SWOT analysis of your dreams versus your reality. Yeah, we're going to talk about that because what I find is those who are 40 and up, there are some challenges that we have. And so I want to help us work through those. So this video is particularly for if you're 40 years old and over, if you have only one income source for your household, if you like your current lifestyle and want to maintain it, and if you hate Mondays, like Mondays get on your nerves simply because you're going to do your best effort for people that you really don't care for, or you feel like you're unappreciated in your current position. Also, if you're looking at the current landscape in your job and it looks like people are leaving or being escorted out, or there's some shifting going on, this video is for you. If you feel any of those check boxes, you have a check by any one of those, this video is for you. So we're going to talk about what this is and why it's even important. So it's important if you like how you're living today, or you dream of living better than you are today, then this video is going to be very important to you because it's going to help you to think about some things critically that can help you move forward, right? So in this current economy, there are layoffs, there are cut hours, there are job terminations, and we can't control those. Those things are outside of our control. However, what we can control is how we deal with those and how we prepare for those. And so this video is to get you thinking about what's next. Like if you only have one income source and that income source dries up, what's next? And the reason I even think about this is because in 2013, I had all of my eggs in one basket. I was working at a company that I had been at for 26 years, and I figured that's where I would retire from. And then they implemented the Affordable Health Care Act, and my job went away. Woof, vanished. 26 years. That was the longest relationship I had ever had. I was over 50 and I had just bought a new house and was going through a divorce. So in the stroke of an ink pen, I lost 75% of my income and had no fallback plan. And so because of that, I created my business, the LSMB Business Solutions, that I am actually full-time working now. So I do this video because I want people of 40 and over to start thinking about what's next. Like if we're all just one signature away from our entire lives being disruptive. And if you haven't planned for that, then I want to kind of help you think about that because I think it's important. My history is I have been a facilitator since 1995, teaching adults different things, anywhere from software implementations to how to start businesses to learning new processes and procedures, whatever it is. I've been a facilitator. I'm a facilitator at heart. In fact, I'm now in my hotel room. I'm in Atlanta learning some new skills with the traffic sales and profit team, my family here in Atlanta. So I'm always about teaching, always about learning, always about applying what I've learned. And so one of the things that I learned, and I graduated with my MBA in 2017, so I'm a recent grad. But one of the things I learned in all of my learning was about the SWOT analysis, right? And I use the SWOT analysis for so many different things. Like I use it when I am trying to make comparisons for employment, for my business, for myself. And so today I'm going to use it to talk to you about how we can use a SWOT analysis to see where we are in relation to our dreams and how we can move to where the picture we see in our head. So with that in mind, let's talk about the first thing. So the first thing about the SWOT analysis is, it's an acronym, right? So the S stands for strength, the W stands for weaknesses, the O stands for opportunity, and the T stands for threats. So it's SWOT, right? So in the SWOT analysis, the first two, the S and W, are looking internally at yourself, right? And so in looking internally at yourself, you have to determine what strengths do you have? Like what things are you very good at? And this is cannot just be your own opinion of what's good. What are people saying about you? You do that very well. What compliments are you getting? What accolades have you received that tells you that validates that you do a certain thing very well? Those are your strengths. And then on the other side of that, where are your struggles? Like what things do you find very difficult to do? You can do them, but it takes more effort to get those done because they don't feel natural when you're doing those things. Your strengths, on the other hand, feel quite natural. You do them easily without even thinking about it. But there are some things that we do that are a little bit more of a struggle for us, or we feel like we have a deficit in the learning area of those things when we're dealing with those things. We don't feel naturally in them. So those are your weaknesses. Now, most people will tell you, weaknesses are a bad thing. And I tend to want to subscribe to the school of weaknesses show us our opportunities, right? Because weaknesses show you where you need help. Whatever weakness you have, there's always somebody who has that as their strength. And so in identifying our weaknesses and being very real with ourselves about our weaknesses, we're able to build teams, right? Because if my strength is teaching, like that's what I do very well. And that's what I'm good at. I love doing that. I would rather teach or write a book or do anything with the word, anything verbally, anything with written word than do one math equation, right? So, but there are some people, math equation is their thing. Like I have a son, my middle son, math is his thing. He gets that. And so it's not a bad thing when we recognize that math is not what I enjoy doing. However, for someone, that's their spot, their sweet spot. So if I'm building a team, I must include someone who has strengths where I'm weak, right? So if I don't know all the things I need to know about those weaknesses, I need to at least know someone who has them. I know where I can get the assistance I need. And in building a team, I definitely want to put somebody on my team who has those as their strengths because we will complement one another, right? So looking at where you are today, and looking at the dreams that's in your head, like what do you see? First of all, what do you see when you're looking in your head and you're thinking about your life and you're thinking about, this is where I belong? What does that look like? Have you ever visualized what that looks like? And then you look at your life and you think, okay, so you start check boxing. So, okay, I got these strengths and I'm working in those strengths and I feel good when I'm doing that. But then over here, I have these weaknesses and these things that I need to fulfill. So what does that look like? Those are, again, opportunities for you to improve. So what do the weaknesses look like? And don't look at them as a negative because it's not a negative. It's actually showing your opportunities to improve. And who better to identify them than you yourself, right? So those are the internal parts of the SWOT analysis, right? The strength, the weakness, the SW. And I'm going to get to the O and T in just a second, but I need to tell you because I forgot to do this in the beginning. So I have on an Elevate 2020 t-shirt because right now I'm selling these as a part of a fundraiser. There's a program that's going to be held on the 24th through 25th. And I'm going to put the link here where you can make the purchase of these t-shirts that I'm using for a fundraiser in order to host this event. So back to the W. So that's the weakness, strengths, weaknesses. The other thing is opportunities and threats. Now, when you're talking about the opportunities and threats, it's looking outside of yourself, right? It's looking at the landscape outside of yourself. So in your head, you have what you think is a great opportunity, the ideal life, the perfect job, the perfect position, the perfect whatever, house, whatever that is that you've dreamed about. Looking at the external, the landscape, then in your life, what things mirror what you're looking at? Like what things, in my head, I see that I'm a consultant, but in my life, I'm not consulting anyone, right? So then I have to look at, okay, so when I look at what consultants do and I look at myself, what things are the consultants doing that I'm not doing? Like, what are those things that they're doing to be a consultant? Are they getting clients? Are they doing speaking engagements? What are they doing? Because those are the places that you need to align with. If there's a position that you want, what do you need to get to bring that to that position? And that's considered the threat part, right? And then all of us have seen somebody doing what we see in our head, and we think, I could do that. And if I could do that, I would do that this way. Okay, that's where the O comes in. That's the opportunities, right? The opportunities is to look at who's out there doing your ideal job, living your ideal life, being who you ideally see in your head, and then looking at those things they are doing right that you need to learn how to do, right? And then looking at that situation and saying, but if I became that person, if I did that thing, I would do it this way. So it's adding your own spin to whatever that situation is. So looking at your life today and then looking at what you see in your head for your life, what will it take for you to get there, right? Because there's nothing new under the sun. I am an avid believer of that. There's nothing new under the sun. And so if somebody's already doing it, that means it can be done. And now we have technology. Technology is brilliant because now we can find those people who are doing what we see in our head and doing them well, and we can follow them, right? We can reach out to them and ask for 15 minutes to see how did they get there. That's the thing I find that most people don't want. They don't want to know what the struggle is. They don't want to know the strategy to get there. They want you to do it, either do it for them or give it to them. And so the thing about that is most people who are successful would gladly tell you how they got there, right? But they can't just give you what they've worked hard for. So you have to understand that, the difference in that. But creating a strategy of how you can get from where you are today to that place in your head using a SWOT analysis, right? Analyzing the strengths, your strengths. Hey, I'm great at these things. People tell me I'm great at these things. I do them with ease. And then your weaknesses. Okay, right here, I struggle. Yeah, I have some things I need to work on this internally that I need to fix, or I need to get somebody to be my partner who has these strengths. So together we can create this thing together, right? Because there's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with others. So building a team will help you get there as well, right? The next thing is the opportunities. The opportunities is the O. And opportunities are those things where we've seen somebody do what we see in our head, and we imagine, I can do that. And if I was doing that, I would do it this way, a different way, put my spin on it, bring my story to it. And so that's where the O comes in. And then the other T is, okay, that's what I want to be, but I don't have the credentials. I don't have the life experience. I don't have the certifications, whatever that is. I don't have that. So I need to start working on getting those things to become that person who I see in my head. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And I just spent a few minutes telling you about a SWOT analysis of how to make your dreams your reality. You can reach out to me at getthebusiness.org/contact-us. That's getthebusiness.org/contact-us. I will put that link in this video, or you can actually email me at lsmbbusiness@gmail.com. Again, I'm Linda Murray Bullard, and we just talked about the SWOT analysis, your dreams versus your reality. You can do these things, just knowing how they are, taking a retrospective look, and then making the plan to do that. You can do that. And if you need a little help, contact me. I'd be glad to help you. Have a great day.